Alright, let's go over the results from the week 2 business simulation. We have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11 teams, with me included. I'm the 12th team. And here's everyone's price. So the average price was $7.71. Average quality was 52. So on average, everyone's making about $2.50 a unit that they sell. We'll talk about that later once we get down there. These are your price-conscious customers and their demand. You know, a third of the demand is price-conscious customers. A third of the demand is quality-conscious customers, and a third of the demand is value-conscious customers. So people are worried about price, want low price. People are worried about quality, want high quality. People are worried about value, want a good price to quality ratio. And then here is the demand overall. So this sort of leads you right into here. So let's go ahead and scoot on over. So the demand is really based upon the price and the quality. If someone sees your low price or high price or low quality or high quality, that drives the demand. So we can scoot over here and go ahead and start looking at the results to see who had the highest demand. And this would be the Embry Company, and they had a demand of 121,000 units. And if you notice, they only made 100,000, so they could have sold a lot more. Let's say they made 150,000 here. Let's just see what happens there. And they sold all 150,000. Now we can talk about this just for a little bit. The total demand was 121,000. So 121,000 guaranteed that would buy this product. But what happened was that other companies did not make enough product. So the 150,000, the extra 30,000 came from customers who really wanted something else, but they just couldn't find it. So then they ordered what the Embry Company was selling. So again, if you look at what they did, and if they would have made 150,000 units, they would have made more money. So right now, it's at $150,000, whereas before, only $100,000. So they could have done a whole lot better. Of course, all the companies could, and that's okay. This first round, and this is about learning about business. These big business decisions are done by leaders, so that's in a leadership course. But if you look through here, the highest demand, again, was from the Embry Company because they had either the lowest price, the highest value, the highest quality. If we go back and look, they were selling for $5, really dirt cheap, and a good quality at 40. So they're only making $1 per unit. And if you look at the unit margins down here, we won't worry about meat right now. The unit margins, customers know a good value when they see one. So here, the Embry Company and the McCarty Company should really have strong demand, and they do. They both were getting 12% of the demand from everyone. So again, it just lets you know that in a business, the customers are going to want good prices, the customers are going to want good products, the customers are going to want good value. And if you look at the lowest demand here at 4%, the Hell Company, let's see what happened and see if this is a bad thing. So they're selling at $10, the Hell Company, and they're making a product that has a quality of 50. They're making $5 on each unit. This is great. And they only made 60,000. And they only, so the demand was only 36,000. But look what they sold. Because not everyone sold enough, they sold an additional 20,000 units. And they made $267,000. Not the most, but if you look at the return on investment here, your investors in your company, your stakeholders, your stockholders, your employees are going to want to see that you're putting your money to good use. Now, this 14% right here with McCarty is definitely not bad. You know, making 14% is fine, but we haven't included fixed cost in this. So we'll keep on looking through here. If we go to who made the most profit, it would be the Roberts Company. And again, they sold everything. They could have sold more, possibly, but look, their demand was only 65,000 units, but they made 100,000 because the other companies came in and or couldn't meet demand. They sold the full 100,000 and they made $300,000 with a return on investment of 100%. Now that's a good deal. But if we start looking at this, if we go through here and say, you know what, these are great, and we just did variable cost. What if we had a $200,000 fixed cost per year? Again, it sort of makes it cheating a little bit to where it didn't tell you about it. That's okay. So now we look at this and say, oh, only 3 companies made money. So what we're going to do for this next round, if this is if it's $200,000 in fixed costs, we're going to assume that the industry and you all have similar priced equipment facilities, that you all have $200,000 of fixed costs. That's what we're going to go on. But we're also going to go back to me and show you how I cheated in this, because I've got everyone's results. If I'm making a product with a unit cost of $5, that's a really good deal here. I'm making $5 per unit. If I were to make, let's say, 55,000 units, I'm going to sell 51 of them in this round because not enough people were out there making enough product, so I sold an extra 15 or so thousand units. But look what I did. I made more than anybody else if you include the $200,000. No, we want to make sure to include me as well. There we go. Okay. Now, I'm still made more than everyone else. But why did I? Because I was selling pretty much, so something at a quality of 10. I was sort of selling junk, and I was selling it at a good price. And they had to buy something. The consumers were going to buy something. So again, we always like to have nice stuff, but you wonder, why do these dollar stores stay in business? Why do these discounters stay in business? Because they've got high margins. If you go to the top quality items, they often can't sustain the margins of here, $5 per unit. So for the next round, like I said, we're going to have a $200,000 fixed cost associated with it. Again, it's not going to affect your grade. You do a great job. I'll give you some bonus points again. The whole point is to understand how this is working. But again, if you look at this without the $200,000 fixed cost, the return on investment, again, none of these numbers are bad. But you look at mine, 459% return on investment. I put in $55,000. I made $307 for a profit of $252. Now I didn't get blow out anyone in the profits here. There's a few that are above 200,000. But what I did was I didn't have to put much money into it, and that's what investors are going to want to see, that the money you are using, you're using it wisely. Now again, these products might be very valuable, but again, the whole point is I made just as much profit as anyone else, and I was just selling junk for a good deal. So what you might want to do is increase your unit margins. I would say, again, you do what you want. If you want a 50-cent unit margin, you can, and you'll sell them all. You just won't make much money. If everyone would go between, let's say $4 and even $6 for a unit margin, then I bet everyone would make more money, more profit, because again, as an industry, the customers are going to buy something, and as an industry, that you're going to have to adjust, make sure you cover your fixed cost. So the unit margins for companies will often be a lot higher than just what we had here. So good luck on this next round, and I will make another video next week.